Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to yet another build stream. Yay! It's really been a while since I've done build streams. Like I've done all the other obligatory streams, but this one's really taken a while, and I'm glad that you held on for that long and that you're tuning back in for another, like, at least 1 hour of degeneracy condensed. So I did a little poll earlier this week, like end of last week, which kit to build. I pulled a couple of kits out, kind of flashed them around and asked you what you think I should build. And I decided to completely disregard whatever you picked and instead decided to build another keyboard. And it's not a message to you guys, because I definitely love all you people. It's more of admitting my own weakness. So yeah, I haven't built a kit in years, and it's literally been years. You've been probably watching me build kits like a week ago, because you little freaks kind of rewatch my old videos because it kind of takes you back to the days. But in reality, I haven't been building kits for years now. So I'm kind of having a bit of a hard time picking like one of these top tier duck or TX keyboard kits as my first kit to build now. And instead I wanted to build a different kit that is something I'm willing to rework in case I mess something up. I'm hoping to get some feedback from you in the chat, because I know there are some anal dudes in the chat that I'm really asking you, let it all out. Let me know when I'm messing up, because I've literally haven't done that in a long time. So trying to get everything together. I'm not a guy who spends a lot of time researching and preparing for stuff. As you can obviously see, I basically just shit a pile of switches here. I pulled out 2 drawers with random stabilizer parts, and I grabbed the kit. Only then I realized, I'm still not revealing which kit it is. Oh, Fania! You're kind of twitching in your seat there, huh? So I realized I don't have any caps, and then I realized there are some caps, because little old shit kit, I don't know, whatever kit, that's been sitting on my desk for at least 5 years now. One of my most used keyboards is a piece of shit kit. Like, this is really one of these super cheap. It was one of the first like community shops online. Can't remember what brand it even is. I don't think it has a brand. It was just one of these sandwich mount RGB kits, and I built it, and I've just been using it here, and I think this should be a nicer kit. So I'm building a keyboard that is nice and solid and is going to replace this one, and it's just going to take over the keycaps, which saves me the hassle of digging through my keycap storage, which is just another source of depression. Okay guys, what kit's gonna be? 75%. I spoiled that one already. Let me see if I can let me zoom out a little bit. And stuff. See? Oh yeah. Seems to fit. Let me see. Whoa. Is that the right one? Let me see. This might be it. Yeah, this might be it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, it's the SKB. I'm going to be doing the SKB German kit. And it's one thing that kind of annoys me. I don't want to upset the our Chinese overlords, but when I presented the kits that are available for build this time, someone commented, "Oh, no Chinese kit." Guys, it's not about nationality with these keyboard kits. Like, yes, I think this is probably the first real German kit I've ever built, and I'm all about doing like the like keep your made in whatever USA stuff, and so generally I like it's a good idea keeping the money where you live. It's better than funding the unemployed people through taxes. But with keyboard kits, honestly, it's not about nationalities. Like, half the kits I showed off were made in China anyway. So yeah, there's your China pride. Just because there's none designed in China. Yeah. So no real. I'm not neither buying nor picking kits based on what country they're made or designed in, except for Korean, of course. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel bad because like buying Korean kits kind of means they were just the first guys to do it, and they have the flashiest let's say reputation. Okay, this is the bottom of the SKB. This is the top of the SKB. It's SKB, right? You're gonna tell me if I'm wrong here. This is the PCB, and this must be the plate. All black, of course. Ooh, it's a heavy one. Okay, obviously goes this way around. Oh, I'm already not wearing gloves here. Damn it. Oh, assembly fun. Yes. Assembly super simple. Look at this. It's like there's no manual. There's no manual. Okay, there's some feet here. That's good. Don't take it out of context. There's some standoffs here. Oh, guys, what have I done? Where do all these standoffs go? Should I look for an assembly guide? Nah, let's solder it first and then we get the keyboard together, right? So I got my... Ooh. Gonna set the kit components aside. The case components aside. I'm gonna slip into some gloves here. Okay, so okay, so if I remember correctly, first thing was, is this one turned on? Oh yeah, it's turned on. Nice. So if I remember correctly, the first thing you do is the stabs, which kind of makes me pop off my gloves once again. And for stabs, how many do we need? One. Oh, that's a good question. Maybe I should probably gonna like this one's kind of a bummer because it's ANSI only. So should I do ANSI again? No, I'm probably gonna ISO this one. It kind of means I'm gonna going to be running for some spare caps in the middle of the stream, but never mind. You've all got time, right? Okay, so how many stabs do we need? Spacebar. What kind of spacebar stab wire is that? Oof. Let's just take the spacebar off. Come on. There we go. It's not so hard, is it? Little wimp. Oh, there we go. Damn it. That hurt. Whoa, pull the stabs right out. Okay, yeah. There we go. No. Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna be these. Probably don't even have these at hand. Oh, this one could be one. Oh, looks good. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Well, thumbs down, guys. Okay, I'm gonna grab a. Huh? Where does this come from? I'm gonna grab a spacebar stabilizer wire real quick, and I'm gonna see if I can get these blank caps. Okay. Wow, that was annoying. This wire should be it. What? Maybe I should be counting units. What kind of a wire is this? Why is there a 7? Okay. Ugh. Okay, here we go. It's got to be the right one. Otherwise I'm really running out of clues. Okay, here we go. 6 1/4. Yeah, off to a good start. Like as I said, it's gonna be a shit fest of a stream. We're gonna be taking some nice clip-ins, but I'm not gonna go budget all the way. going to be doing the... Oh. Okay. Okay. Slide it in, wire in. Okay, here we go. It's funny, like they're still reasonably well looped from the loop that I applied years ago. Come on, get in there. Oh, it's right. Okay, here we go. It pretty much got to be this. There's no other way for them to go in. Okay. Okay. Okay, looks good. See? Already making progress. So we need enter and backspace. That's it. Enter, backspace. Oh, that's not a lot of stabs. Well, that's probably not a good way of doing this. Okay. Let's try and make this look somewhat professional. Okay. This way around. This way around. Kill me. Okay, and this way around. Okay, let's try it. Well, I put them in the wrong way around. Like, it's probably gonna be, this is gonna be the rookie mistake video of putting together a keyboard, except for I'm hopefully avoiding all the mistakes that are gonna make me desolder half the board. So the fact that I'm starting with the stabilizers is probably my biggest, the biggest redeeming factor so far of this video. It's like a USB plug. No matter how often you flip it around, it's always going to be the wrong way around. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's nice. Okay, now the infamous ISO return. the ISO enter. Here we go. Let's have a look. Come in. Okay, this looks good so far. Putting in switches now. These switches are all from the MX Silent Black group I run from the UK a couple of years ago. Oh, let me switch cameras again. I think the other camera angle is a bit more helpful here. I'm gonna slab up my sleeves. The plate has a really nice fit so far. Let's see how so far from edge to edge, the dimensions also seem to be really cute. The switches snap in really nicely. I'm intrigued. Oh yeah, it's now, I just realized it's now time to glove up. The board this is the SKB75%. I'm still trying to avoid making all these bottom row decisions, because these are what's gonna ultimately kill me. Oh, already bent a leg there. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. First of all, I'm going to be making this an ISO layout, so it's easy to align these two switches if you want to do the 1.25. Like if you do the ISO enter here, the 1.25 mod is going to be just below, so it's easy to find the ISO enter. Yes, the ISO shift. The ISO left shift. It's easy to find the ISO left shift because it's the leftmost position the switch can have, and then you can line it up with your control key down here. So the next key is probably going to be the closest I can get. Oh wow, and then I'm kind of running out of options here because I've just got one more left and already done this part. Okay, now down here I'm going for the little arrow cluster. See, oh, that went through. More arrow. And here we go. Yeah, this kit was designed by a friend of mine, Plastikschnittstelle, a guy from Germany. He's an amazing CAD master, and he's I think he's somewhat at home with these kind of designs. So he built this keyboard really nice. And I remember that he went through a lot of trouble having this made, getting this made in Germany. You can only imagine how much trouble this is going to be, dealing with German engineering and machining and workshops. Yeah, so poor guy went through incredible amount of trouble to get this made. And I just hope it's worth it. But so far, I have to say this is one of the best plates that I've dealt with. And I hope I don't have to revise this later on. But so far, the fit of this plate is just amazing. It's so the switches go in with zero effort, but you can still feel that they are firmly in place. So these slots here, especially the 1 unit cutouts, are just magnificent. Like they hold the switches at the most comfortable way possible. Yeah, so the switch goes in with little effort, but it has some resistance. It snaps in very positively, and it is held in place perfectly. I'm very impressed here. Also, the plate doesn't support switch top removal, which is something that I'm not too worried about. These switches, if anyone remembers the group buy here, it's been a bit of a shit show, and not on the partially on the organizer side, of course, but also on the delivery side, because somehow Cherry messed up the springs in this order. So this was an order that was big enough to be placed with Cherry, and it seems that they've actually put in MX red springs into these MX silent blacks. So spec wise, like force wise, these are MX reds, but color and expectation wise, they're MX reds. So I was mostly getting them because I was looking for an enormous amount of PCB mount. See, these are PCB mount switches, and I was getting them to get a huge amount of these PCB mount bottoms, like factory new, to combine them with some Nixies and kind of put the Nixie top and the Nixie slider into a brand new switch bottom. And yeah, this was a cheap option at that time. The retooled Arrow blacks weren't available at that time, so keep that in mind. The retooled Arrow blacks, if you don't know what that is, let me elaborate. So there's an electronic components wholesaler or sailor shop called arrow.com, I don't know, and they had MX black switches, like especially the retooled ones, at such low prices that you couldn't believe they're real cherries. These prices were like absurdly low, like sub 20 cents, and they had incredible quantities, like 120,000 or 200,000 of them, and they sold out within days. Probably some shops really got tens of thousands of these switches for later flipping, but also a lot of community members got a hold of an insane amount of retooled MX blacks. And if I remember correctly, unfortunately, like I've already had more than enough switches at that point, so I didn't bother with these offers that much. But if I remember correctly, like these these early Arrow MX blacks, retooled MX blacks, had a great reputation. I'm not too sure because I didn't have them myself, but if I've been following the gossip correctly, there's been some ups and downs with the retooled blacks, but these early Arrow ones, they had a great reputation. Yeah, especially at that price. Like at that price, I would have gladly paid that price. Yeah, around 20 cents is what Kegmaster is telling me in chat. I would gladly pay that price just for the bottoms, because yeah, especially they were PCB mount, and PCB mount is just king. Sorry, hope the noise doesn't transfer over to the mic too much. Okay, I'm gonna unplug this keyboard here. Let's just grab it. Look, so what are we gonna do? Do we want to do the cherry thing and like off-center this? Should we off-center the switch or center the switch? I'm gonna go for center, right? Or am I? Let me see again. This one, I think the off-center has much better support in the PCB. Yeah, I think, see, if I want to go center, whoop, well, not too bad. If I want to go off-center, yeah, I think off-center has much better alignment from the PCB because the switch legs have 2 holes to slip in each. So I'm gonna go with off-center here. Doesn't seem to matter, plus it allows me to swap in a cherry space bar if I feel like it. Okay. Oh wow, this is gonna be nasty. Okay, I think I have it. That's here. And this one, okay, this one's much better. Okay, here we go. See? That was easy. Oops. Okay. Any complaints at this point? Please no. Please no. I told you so after this point of setting the switches. Because next step is gonna be soldering. Let's flip it on. Get the iron. And put this one away. Put some thingy here. Okay. I don't know if you remember, I built this little more silent. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't switch cameras now, but I have to use the mouse. Mouse, and solder. Hope the light is still good. I'm gonna just try and see how it works with the close-up view. Is this good? I think so, right? Let's try and do it with this camera because it's a new angle. Ah, wait. But first, Daily coffee. Oh, this one's good. See? Oh, yeah, sorry, my slabs are in the way. Okay. Let's start soldering. It's really been a while since we've done this together, right? Let's hope I haven't forgotten everything. So I'm soldering the right leg first. Damn, I forgot how much solder these joints eat. How do you like the new angle? Should I switch back to the old angle, or to the over the shoulder angle, or do you like the, let's say, the close-up angle more? The names for this second camera were funnier on the recycler stream, right? Unless you can think of a very inappropriate name for this camera angle in the build streams, please let me know. I'm hoping there's some good ideas. Like we're gonna go all the way with this kit. We're gonna do the triple pass. Yeah, I like how the fan is working, but it's not nearly as loud as the old version that was 220 volt powered. This one's now 12 volt powered. It's funny, like I still got tons of leaded solder for luckily. But it seems like this stuff is getting harder and harder to come by. So if you're just getting started and if you're living in the EU, I think this is an EU issue, that the leaded solder is hard to come by, and you're wondering why I'm getting such a nice solder flow in such a short time with a medium temperature. I'm soldering at 335 Celsius. This is because this is leaded solder, and leaded solder used to be very easy to get for normal private people. This has unfortunately changed. The situation is kind of absurd now. So if you're a company, you can still acquire or purchase leaded solder. You need to be a company to do so. It's only available on a B2B basis, like from company to company. But as a company for commercial products, you are not allowed to use leaded solder. Whereas as a like private person, as a normal citizen, as a non-company, you are allowed to use leaded solder for your project, but you can't buy it anymore. So you kind of need a way to get leaded solder, which is very difficult as a mortal being these days. You kind of need a way to get this leaded solder and then you can use it, whereas if you're a company, you're not allowed to use leaded solder, but you can easily buy it. You can probably use it internally for prototyping and stuff that you're not putting out on the consumer market. But leaded solder in the consumer market, for consumer market products, has been banned or illegal for a long time now. At least in the European Union. It's this EU, I think it's called REACH thingy, where a lot of materials have been banned for use in consumer products in the EU, and this mostly had like a global effect on certain things. Many products, it doesn't make sense to bring them to market if you can't sell them in the EU market. So this was basically this EU REACH requirement was basically used for all consumer products worldwide, without any of the other world regions actually requiring it, but just making things differently just for the EU, so you can get access to that huge market. Isn't cost effective, so you instead just do it for everyone. Yeah, that's I'm halfway through the first pass of soldering, and I've just been rambling about let it solder. Okay. So far, the kit's holding up quite well, but if I heard right, the funny part or the interesting part is going to be the case assembly. But I have to say that the PCB works really well. Very, very consistent flow here. Getting very consistent flow of the solder here, and the dimensions also seem to be top notch. Like there is seems to me like there is absolutely no. Oh, I soldered the wrong hole. Okay, let me just get started with this one then. Just completely solder this one. Okay, I don't want this to throw me off. I don't know how annoying this is, but I'm just gonna leave it running here. Let's go to the other camera angle. I want to do this from a comfortable position. To be honest, I'm not expecting to get much out of this, since there seems to be absolutely minimum amount of tension across the board here. So my impression was that all the switches have already been seated very, very well, very, very firm. I'm not expecting to get any improvements here. Yeah. I'm not sure who made the PCB. Maybe chat can help. So if anyone on the chat knows who made the PCB, the 75% PCB, who made it for the SKB, because The PCB is just as good as the plate. The nice thing is now I can actually bend over the I can actually bend over, period. No, I can bend over the table a bit more comfortably without obstructing the top-down camera view, so it is much harder for me to now get my big head in front of the camera and give you guys a hard time with this over-the-shoulder camera. And I hope the zoom doesn't take away too much light, so we're still getting good light here. And my other hope is that we're getting less reflection here, since the camera is now at an angle, and the light, like before, the light was coming down from the top and the camera was looking straight down from the top. So if you just squared up anything that was reflective on the desk, it would give you tons of reflection straight back into the camera. And I hope this doesn't happen anymore now. Oh yeah, I remember how annoying it was to reach across these boards and still apply pressure with kits larger than this. Like 75% is already on the thick side, but the 1800 boards or the TKL or full-size boards, man, you better have some big hands if you want to solder them thoroughly. I like doing it from the top down to the bottom because I tend to apply pressure below the switch, so it's nice to have this side soldered in all the way. So when I apply pressure on this side, I'm kind of having this side and like this one's soldered in properly, this one's getting like reflowed. And when I press down here, it should do the perfect, let's say, realignment. Nice, okay. Third pass. Should we get over to the other angle? Oh, did this camera freeze? Ah, here we go. Hi, camera. Let's try it like this. These are some nice big through holes here. They swallow a lot of solder. I'm trying to give them a little bit of time to properly heat up. To fill out the whole, trying to give this, like, fill out these through holes completely. They seem to be contacted, like, they seem to be contacted all the way through, so the solder sinks in real nice, and it gives me a rock solid connection. Like with these PCBs, there's tons of options to go between quality and price. The cheapest way you can go is like, or like a very cheap way to go is like your classic Cherry PCBs, the G80 PCBs, where you basically just have a little pad on the top of the PCB, and that basically does all the work. So the pad and the traces on the top of the PCB are connected, and in this case I think the pad goes all the way through the whole PCB, which kind of means that the solder is also gonna go into the through hole and form a connection with the pin over the entire thickness of the PCB. It's really nice. This together with the golden contacts here, this has got to be the most expensive way to go when making a PCB. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a PCB expert, I'm just making up facts and setting them to you. So if I'm telling you bullshit and you think it's true, then blame yourself for not fact checking the stuff that some random streamer dude tells you on the internet. Huh. See, this is the only thing that you should really learn from this stream. Oh my god, I'm giving people dad advice on build streams. It's come this far. I'm trying to look at the camera display and solder this, like soldering by what I see on the camera display, but I can't do it. That's not how it works. Sorry. I hope this angle is any good. Would love to get some feedback on the angle on the chat or in the comments if you're watching this from my library and not as a live stream. I was hoping to give you a more helpful and more insightful view of the soldering. To be honest, soldering is one of the least problematic things you can do. One of the nice things about soldering is, like, first of all, don't be afraid to solder. Second thing is, get a solder sucker, because if you're not afraid to solder, you're gonna fuck things up, and then you're gonna want a solder sucker, and the solder sucker is gonna make things good again, because most of the connections and most of the mistakes you make, you can't fix unless you're like soldering one of these guys, this one here. Yeah, if that's your first project, then like good luck to you. But especially this through-hole stuff here can so easily be undone with just a cheap solder sucker. So I've done a video where I completely desoldered I think it's a Wise a wise board with very nice old slash vintage, okay, please, air quotes here, vintage blacks. These are these boards are known to have good blacks, but yeah, I think ever since vintage blacks have become unproportionately more expensive, I'm having more and more issues with the way people label MX blacks as vintage. Like, it's not, determining vintage black isn't about finding any date code on anything related to the keyboard that kind of puts them into vintage territory and then selling them as vintage blacks. It's about, like, if you want to sell something, like, if you want to sell 100 switches for $100 just because they're vintage blacks, you better, like, do a proper dating, like proper date establishing for these switches. And it's very easy for Cherry PCBs, but it becomes increasingly more difficult with these wise boards because they don't have these Cherry labels with their Cherry date code on them. So people just look at the, like, any date you see imprinted on the PCB is definitely by no means dating the switches in any way. The date that you see imprinted in the silk screen of the PCB is, I mean, it certainly predates the switches. It tells you what's the, like, the oldest these switches can potentially be, but the switches are usually a lot younger, because whatever date codes you see in the PCB silk screen is usually something that predates the switches by years, because the PCBs, they don't get many revisions, and these silk screens only change when they get revisions. They don't change with year or with calendar week or with something like that. So yeah, please don't use this. Don't use any marks on the case. Such a grumpy old man. Okay, we're almost done with what I still believe to be the hard part. I forgot how much fun it is to ramble and solder. Like, this should be a category on YouTube. Rambling and soldering. Or soldering. Okay, let's unplug this one. Schlup. And let's clean up a little bit. And switch camera angles once again. Here we go. Okay, now is the time to tell me what I did wrong. Okay, if I remember correctly, these long screws here. Okay, these are probably for the joint of the top and the bottom case here, and these are probably the standoffs for. No, these are probably the standoffs. Okay, I'm not gonna mess this up completely. Okay, ooh, I don't have a keyboard now. Let me just reattach my keyboard. SKB assembly. SKB keyboard assembly. SKB75 keyboard assembly. There we go. Okay. Oh, let's share this. Here we go. Let me have a look here. Oh, that's hopefully what we need. Yep, there we go. So which parts are supposed to be the standoffs that I need? Let me guess, like these brass things have got to be the standoffs. Okay. Okay, this is... I don't think this one is the ultimate one. Let me have a look at these build logs on Imgur. Oh, starting from the bottom up. No, just random. Nope. This one. Desolder. He's been using the same switches. Oh, he's... Oh man, I missed this guy. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's the way we do it. Muchos better. Yep. Okay, no washers here. Let me see. 17 more image, yes. Gimme. What are all the washers for? So, oh yeah, sorry, I'm switching back to the main camera. Here we go. Okay, good. So just put one of these thingy-mabobs through. Gonna set one of these brass things in. Let me see if I can grab a... Nope. Okay, now I'm... Ah, god damn it, yeah. My hex keys are elsewhere. I need more of them. These are... I love these hex keys. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna tighten them yet. Let me just grab chat back up. The surface coating here is amazing as well. I'm not sure if it feels, trying to not say anything wrong, it feels like the case is aluminum. Can't remember, did he do aluminum or did he do, I could look up the thread. Oh yeah, it's aluminum. Aluminium? Aluminum. Why? Like, why in the world would I say aluminum? This is... I've got some real issues here. But the coating, like the anode job on this is amazing. This has got to be like this weapon grade anodizing. Is this is the next round, the steel round of this? Is it still in planning? Is it ongoing? I have no clue. One thing that I really appreciate about this, was the fact that you could change the angle at which of the keyboard during assembly, and this whole angle discussion, like what angle you like for a keyboard, it was always a bit difficult for me to pinpoint or to determine like what angle I ultimately really like, because it never really mattered to me that much. And I was hoping with this keyboard being able to play around with it very easily just by kind of switching the case around a little bit. And this would be a nice opportunity to get a better preference for keyboard angle. Where do I get these little thingies from? These little... Okay. Okay, good. So I'm gonna need to put something. I don't want to put more dirt on here. Nice. Okay, so once again, I'm impressed by the fit. Okay, so it seems what I'm trying to do now is put a washer here. And what I'm trying to do next is, yes. Oops. There we go. Oh man, this is nice. This feels like it's going to be tight. So. Okay, maybe we switch cameras once again. Be gone. And I'm gonna need a couple of space bars. Give me a second. Oh look, a Cherry off-center spacebar. I hope it works. So I'm gonna put this spacebar here to just lift up the case by a little bit. So yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah, let's switch cameras. That's what I originally intended. And I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. So I'm grabbing one of these washers, putting it on here, taking the nut, command, and then holding down the screw, and there we go. See, it's all not that easy if you've got the tools. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, the USB port is going to kill me. The USB port is probably going to kill me, but never mind. I'm not tightening them, the screws, much. I'm just trying to get them like hand tight maybe. Trying to avoid reaching through the camera here. That's why I'm making it harder on myself than it has to be. Come on. Oh, here we go. Don't even have to hold it down. Let's do this one. Important is, like, another bit of dad advice here. Washers usually have two sides. They've got a shiny side that is nice and rounded off at the edges, and they've got a shitty side that is not as nice and kind of sharp at the edges. And you usually want to place it nice side up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we have it. Okay, two left. No spares. Okay, this one is good. This one's gonna kill me. No way. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna keep the pliers, sorry, the pincers here to kind of help. Okay, yeah. So I kept the pincers inside the nut, and it helps arrange it properly on the PCB. Sorry, on the bolt. Okay. Whew. Next part is, now we're gonna give them all a nice little screw down. I don't know. So what I'm trying to do now is tighten from both sides. And I think the whole construction quality depends on how well you do this. I recommend that you actively torque it down from both sides at the same time, so you work so you're screwing down into these brass standoffs from both sides individually. When you look for this screw, make sure you point carefully because you don't want to ruin it. One helpful trick to do is just put your finger on the tip, put your tip end at the screw, and then move up. Don't free float your screwdriver tip around near a sensitive surface like this unless you're confident with what you're doing. See, you could be doing like this, then you kind of miss and kind of scratch it. Try not doing that. Okay, so but I'm feeling like I'm getting a really tight fit. You little thingy bob. I know I could just grab it with a thingy and fling it. Nah, I have to. Yeah, so there's no other way. I don't have a a wrench for that size. I have to use these. I love these, but I wish in this situation there was an easier way of doing it. Okay, so yeah, that turned me off a little bit. Goes on. Okay, here we go. I don't feel like I was able to torque it down from the inside very well here. Let's see, did I do this? Oh, did I do this one already? Yep, seems like this is where I started. Okay, so that feels very tight now. So I feel like this has very tight fit now. Okay, before we continue with this, I would really like to put some, just for my skin. So it feels like these are the screws needed for the case, plus these are the bumpers for the case. So I prefer to use 4 bumpers because anything more than 4 is just potentially giving me issues. Here. Oh no. Oh. So yeah. I peeled, like I pulled off the protective film with it. Oh, same here. And here we go. Okay, from this side we can do it nicely. Okay, and I'm gonna do these 2 corners here because they feel, I don't want to do here, I want to do here where it's close to where it's bent to get optimum transfer. Okay, this is a bit further up than I was, but I gotta stick with it now. Okay, like this. I think it's important when you don't have any references where to put them to make sure that you put them in as, align them like as evenly as possible, because if you misalign them, you're gonna get some, you're probably potentially gonna get some tilting, which kind of kills every keyboard. Okay, looking back at my Desktop. So let's have a look at how the washers are. And it's done. How? No. Come on. Where do the washers go? Okay, I'm gonna, oh yeah. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna make it up now. Oof, wait. Oh no, it's okay. So, my idea is now to, oh, yeah. Let's go back to this, yeah. To have screw, washer, case, and bolt. So, sorry, screw to the case. And then through a washer, like to have a washer between these two cases. Because I really like to have a washer between these two surfaces here. Between this and this surface. Sounds like quite the nightmare. Yeah. Here we go. Side one is done. Okay. Oh, there is no way this is gonna work. Okay, there's no washer supposed to be in there. Let me pop up the chat. Probably chat screaming at me. Washers between the case sides. I don't see this happening. See? We're already, like, they're already flush. But you... Well, I guess there's some flex in there. And so we get a tight fit. Yep. Still gonna do it. Let's bring it on. But I'm gonna put it up like this. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ah, I have an idea now. So I kind of pushed the washer between the two cases. So once the washer comes by this one hole, I'm gonna grab it. And then I'm gonna move on till I get the second hole aligned. Yep, and there we go. And now we can just put a screw through. Yeah, it's not big enough. I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, this one's better. Yep, here we go. Yep. Yippity-dap. I need a tiny, tiny wrench. Do I have such a tiny wrench? Six is the smallest I can do, and it doesn't even get close. Damn it. I need smaller wrenches. I mean, nice, I can buy stuff. But disappointing that I don't have it. I feel like I should have this. Well, I'm just gonna do it with pliers. Oh, well, that kind of works out. Okay, so what angle do I go with? Oh, god damn it. This surface is driving me nuts. Holy moly. I don't know what this... Yeah. I really have to clean this up with some stuffy... Okay, what angle should I go with? Somewhere in the middle? Yeah. I feel like somewhere in the middle is okay. The middle, like literally the middle. How does that sound? Okay. Gonna try my little super amazing trick once again. Wow. Okay, so we've got a whole different level here of clearance. So, oh yeah, you can see. Oh, here we go. This one didn't. This one went much too easy. Here we go. Okay. See, got it. So next, put a screw and then we oh yeah, there we go. Head in the and it's done. And now the other side, the more complicated side. Now this one's gonna oh. Okay, 1.5 hole, 1.5 hole. I'm just comparing the two sides. We're seeing 1.5 hole here and we're seeing 1.5 hole here. So this should be evenly. So let me grab these. Nope, kind of slipped. Again. This time it works. Tighten it down. Trying it, tightening this one down as well. Yep. This one. Whoa. Yep. This one's also tight. And this one. Fuck. Okay, we lost one of the washers here. I don't know how. Somehow it escaped. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's easy. Here it is. So, I got the washer back. Just have to hold it in this window. No. Come here, little washer. And I need a smaller pin. Okay, here we go. Washer is now back at the window. I have no idea how this could have happened. I thought I had it in place. Really no clue. Okay, so now all the washers in place, everything. Pretty much no tilting. Moving this one back. These come back over here. One goes away. Okay. Now keycaps. Where's the keycap holder? There was a keycap holder. Where is it? Here is it. Here it is. Here is it. Want to go with this one, or should we take the original Cherry one? This one, it's a bit dirty. I'm going to clean it and maybe I'll swap it out later. Not too bad. Holy fuck. Well, I just knocked the soldering iron out of the stand, and it just melted into some of these little bags here, and it didn't smell very pleasant. Oh yeah, ooh brother, ooh brothers, let's ooh this shit up. I really don't want to find any issues now with, oh fuck, I should have checked the PCB first. I'm so useless, like fuck. Like if I have to open this one up again, I'm gonna kill myself. Fuck, like, oh please, oh no, I don't want to do that. Where's my USB-C cable? Okay guys, this one's a USB-C keyboard apparently. I'm gonna grab a USB-C cable real quick. Okay, I got one. I really hope it's deep enough, and it's not. Where is the USB-C cable that I had here? Oh, no, that doesn't work. I've got no idea where it went. Ah, here's one. Thanks. Let's see what happens. Oh, setting up a device keyboard. You hope I forgot a pin. Like, everyone's still watching. I'm sorry. It's the best I can do, which isn't much. There we go. Okay, so it's technically working. Let me switch over here. Let me pull up the where's the typey thing? Oh yeah, I don't have it on this machine. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do the mapping. I'm just gonna put the keycaps on now and kind of call it a day and deal with the key mapping and stuff like that later on. So yeah, this is going to be my new rugged bench keyboard. Even though it's a bit more bulky or bulky than the old one, at least I'm not too concerned. It's at least not as fragile as the old one. And I appreciate the USB-C connection now that I found a cable somewhere. Let's have a look. I'm not even sure where these switches came from, the switches that I built this original keyboard with. Really no clue. And I'm also considering maybe just redoing this whole array here with blanks. What do you guys think? I mean, this one here is definitely gonna move over here where it belongs. And pretty much all of the other mods are blanks anyway. So why shouldn't this? Yep, I think I got the caps lock. I did the off center here. Whew, okay, seems like I did the bottom row right. Well, the only big mess up left, only big potential mess up could now be a missed pin, but I felt kind of thorough on this one. So I don't know, unless you saw me miss a pin. I wouldn't bet that I missed one. Oh, but I'm missing a keycap. Now that I look at it. Yeah, I have to find out where the rest of this keycap set went, because I'll be missing a keycap. One thing I can tell is this keyboard is rock solid. Like, it is, there is, like, I don't know if you can see this, but there is no flexing going on here. This is a very solid keyboard. Basically, like, mainly due to the construction, which is like doing a great way of being solid. but also due to the massive steel plate, which I really appreciate. I think acoustics is one thing that could annoy people with it, because while it has the stability, I think it lacks the mass to absorb vibration and like vibration as much as some of the other larger keyboards. But then again, we're not paying for the mass, like we're not paying for a massive keyboard here. Okay, this is as far as I can get. Like this one can, oh see, I was still labeling them on the bottom when I built this. Let's see what it says. Key collect 75% sandwich wing keyless. Oh, with the wing keyless KR PCB RGB underlight MX3 stalks. Cherry PCB mount stabs pre-clipped. What do I mean by pre-clipped? Did I clip them? Let's see, this is what happens when you loop your stabilizers. Loop attracts dirt. There's no way around it. Okay, let me have a look. I took a box of keycaps, and hopefully, oh yeah. See? So this one done. Gonna do this one. Should I leave these? No. I don't know. I definitely want to replace this part here. So this should be here, and here, and here, and here. Right? Okay, what else do we have? Oh, I think we're gonna get issues with the return key. We might not have a return key for this one. Let's see what we can find, what we can salvage. Let's see. Okay, more here. Also, no return key. Yeah, I think like if I could buy these return keys individually, I'd buy half a dozen. Do we have here? This is a mixed color one. Nah, also no return key. More do I have? Is this? No. This one. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. I have a return key. Oh. Really nice. Really nice. Whew. Okay. That lightens up the mood a little bit. Got another. Oh, what's these? Oh, crazy. Nope, not these. Oh yeah, I think these are the ones I wanted to take another look at, because I was thinking about swapping this out for a blank. LAD return. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick look if I can find the original, like the leftover LAD key. It might be in here. Yep. I think I have it. Okay, this is some... I think I have it. Nope. Here it is. Yeah, 75% sandwich. See, I'm not as retarded as people think. I don't know, you tell me. What do you guys think? Should we do it? The LAD. Why do people hate 3 color keyways? Like I'm considering doing this one in mod. Ugh. Okay, this one, go away. I don't think this one even came with an ISO enter, so even further away. Yep. Nope. Or still yep. Yep, here we go. Okay. Let's do this versus this. Okay. Nicer already. So how about this? This. I have to say I'm kind of probably gonna leave the return key like that, because you can see like the LAD mod color isn't a good color match. Like, I don't want to throw in, like, I'd rather throw in the dark gray mod than another shade of this light gray. That's my personal impression. I don't know if it comes across well through video, but there's definitely some color matching issues. There's definitely some color matching issues here. You can see this. Yeah, comes across really nice now. See, this is my problem. And this is also my problem in this top corner here. This. I don't know. Okay, well, back to the actual keyboard. The key. I have to say I'm positively impressed by the rigidity and the quality of the workmanship. Let's kind of push this down. I don't know, like I've seen a lot of people being like mildly unimpressed by my typing demonstrations. So yeah, I'm gonna try a little typing demonstration. Let me see if I can actually type on it, or if there is more serious remapping to be done. What a stupid thing to type. Okay, this one doesn't do anything yet. This one's right in there. So the ISO key, the ISO key here is not working. This one's working already. It's already mapped properly. These ones obviously are not working. Probably not working as designed. This one's working nice. Okay, typing a little bit. No, it's not pre-recorded. It's probably not only answering your questions or also proving it's not pre-recorded. It's live, my dude. So I'm way too lazy to pre-record and do other stuff. I just sit down, whip out the camera, put a little Baileys in my coffee, and chuck down the whole jug. So yeah, this is where we're at. Oh yeah, there's definitely some lag. I think there's three different options for the latency for these streams. There's like the ultra low latency for people who interact with their audience a lot, which is like I love taking a look at the chat every once in a while, see what people are typing in there, and kind of do a little bit of a reaction to that. But it's not my main focus. My main focus is producing content here and kind of make it like at least mildly entertaining. So yeah, this is like one of the reasons a lot of people ask me why I'm not on Twitch, and maybe this is a misconception. I said that to a comment recently also. I replied that to a comment recently, that my conception about Twitch is more about the act of streaming, like doing the stream as some kind of an event, whereas my way of streaming is more a lazy way of creating content, and the goal for my streams is more to create content that I don't have to upload, that I don't have to edit, and that still has a little bit of audience interaction and stuff. Like having people in chat interacting with them, it definitely really makes this so much more pleasant and enjoying for me. But it's not the focus of these streams. The focus of these streams is to end up in my library. I'm going to add a little bit of text, better text than this one now. This is obviously just a bit memeing around, but adding a bit of text and keeping it there in my library so that people can rewatch it later. 95% of my views are people watching the stuff that I streamed eons ago. Yeah, so that's why I picked back to the original problem that we had. That's why I picked the medium setting for the streaming delay. So I think I went somewhere between high quality and ultra low latency. So the stream is going to be medium shitty quality with a latency that kind of allows me to kind of see what my initial issues were when setting the switches before I'm done assembling the whole kit. Yeah. Well, obviously this PCB has got some RGs and Bs going on, because you can see these Bs and Rs coming out of the case down there. Very nice. I gotta say, I like the angle. I like the angle. Maybe I'm at, what angle is this? I'm at the middle setting. There's like, I think there's 5 settings for the angle here. I'm at the middle setting, which is, I don't know, I really like it. It kind of it comes at me. So I like the way this is sitting on a desk. I like the top-down view of it. I like the rigidity of it. I'm mildly impressed by the acoustics, but I mean that's to be expected. There is no magic behind the acoustics of this kit. More typing. And what's the humming? Oh, that was the humming. Yeah, sorry, there was some humming going on. These switches don't feel very. They don't feel very retooled. They've got this very very fine grit sandpaper feel to them. But they're very like they. I like the silencing. Almost killed everything. Yeah, so this is definitely a huge upgrade and a very pleasant upgrade for my workbench board. Okay, let's. I think we're not really doing this board justice yet. I'm gonna switch to le camera number 2, and we are going to look at some more details of this board that I really appreciate. Look at the spacing between the case and the keys here. Look at that. Now look at how even that is. Oh, gonna do the other camera. Not only is it more expensive, but also better light. Look at that spacing here. And here, I really like this. A lot of attention to detail went into that. This doesn't happen by accident. Now look at how. No. Very parallel lines here. Very even gap there. Looks like an expensive car. Yeah, this is definitely something that you have to appreciate when you look at a board like this. Yeah, the switches are unlooped. These are just factory silent blacks from a group buy a couple of years ago, where I got a couple of thousands of them. And yeah, I was partially planning to harvest them for switch bottoms. Then I sold a couple of these silenced sliders to people who I like. And well, now I also use them to build one or two kits, because the silent switches do have some benefits, like especially when you have them on the desk and you do something non-keyboard related. Like I also do non-keyboard related streams from this desk here, and we don't want the connoisseur clicking happening all the time, going on all the time. So this one is going to be a bit less obnoxious than the other one. I think the industrial look definitely goes much better with my bench here, and I'm happy with the upgrade. And I'm happy so far that nothing really went wrong. But I'm gonna find out later, and definitely not gonna share because I'm too embarrassed. So let's just hope that all the solder joints are soldered, and that I'm just gonna be able to do the mapping in a second. It's 2 hours now. It's 2 hours. Okay, this has been a long stream. I hope some of you guys appreciate me being back with a build stream. this was probably the most difficult stream to watch that I can remember, because I've been really unprepared. A lot of things, I think it was less an issue with remembering how to build it, but it was more of an issue with remembering how to prepare properly for a stream. So I'm kind of confident that I'll be doing a build stream of one of the keyboards that you guys actually voted for, because believe it or not, I really appreciated you leaving comments and voting for a board. So yeah, stay tuned for the actual build stream that you all been waiting for. And I hope you enjoyed the build stream that you deserved while you were waiting for the build stream that you wanted. Thanks very much, and I hope you have a nice rest of the day. In this case, I hope you have a nice rest of your Sunday. Everyone watching live now, it's been a great pleasure once again. Yeah, building keyboards without a little bit of audience is quite sad for me personally, since there's actually no reason why I should be building additional keyboards. So having some people watch it kind of gives it at least a little bit of purpose. Thanks very much for watching for the 100th time, and I hope you tune in again when the next stream is coming up.